If you're ambitious but lazy, then this video is for you. If you're ambitious, that is, you have very big goals and very big dreams. And when you look into your future or when you look into yourself, you see that you have so much potential. But for some reason, you can't seem to put in the work or put in the hours to get what you want. Now, I want to break it to you that it's possible that you are actually not lazy. I say this with some confidence because I've been in exactly that same position and I figured out a way to get out of it. I'm very sure if you are thinking about success, you've thought of these things before. What exactly makes someone successful? What exactly do you have to do to become successful? Now, if you're ambitious and you're trying to move towards a goal, I'm sure you've heard things like, oh, work very hard, or be consistent, or develop some discipline, or do what you love, even. At some point, I got frustrated by this kind of advice from people because they sort of seem to disagree with each other on what exactly you need to do to be successful. What is it? Do you have to work hard? Or do you have to work smart? Or do you just need to develop consistency? Or do you need to do what you love? What exactly do you need to do to be successful? I just recently found out that all these pieces of advice are pointing to the same thing. Now, hear me out. The way I think about it is now in two lanes. Now, let's call the first lane the normal lane or the ordinary lane, and let's call the second lane the successful lane. The way I think about it now, you are either on one lane or the other. Regardless of the lane that you choose, the moment you get on that lane is when you are qualified to identify with that lane. I think everyone, including lazy people, know that to be successful, it doesn't happen overnight. But now the question is, when does hard work, being consistent or being diligent pay off? I think putting the question that way guarantees that you are going to be frustrated. So it's better to hop on the lane and decide to stick with it. So how exactly do you hop on this success lane that I'm talking about? I think it's quite simple. You need to ask yourself two questions. The first is, where exactly is my aim? Where exactly do I want to get to? And the second question you have to know is that what exactly needs to be done to get to where I want to go to? Now, when you have these two questions answered, you can now hop onto the success lane and pop a champagne if you want to, because now you are qualified to call yourself successful. But not so fast. You can call yourself successful only if you stay on the lane. So I need you to ask yourself this every morning when you wake up. Can I be a successful person today? That is, can I do the work that is required today to keep me on this lane? Try your best not to be too fixed on the goal or the destination. Just try your best to do what is required for the day. So now you can ask yourself at the end of every day if you are successful or not. If at the end of the day you couldn't do the things that for that day are supposed to move you towards your goal, then you know that you are not on the success lane. But if at the end of the day you have done exactly what you need to keep you in that lane, then you are good. You can actually know within yourself that you are successful. It's only going to take time for other people to realize it. So if you're ambitious, but you think you are lazy, then you have not asked yourself these two questions yet. That is, where are you going? Where exactly are you going? And what needs to be done to get you there? Now, coming back to the analogy of the two lanes, when people say do what you love, they mean that when you hop onto the successful lane, it's better that you are doing something that you really love because that will keep you on the lane when things get hard. When people say work very hard, they mean that when motivation fades out and you are just left with the work, then that is when you need to put in the work to stay on the lane. When people say, oh, be consistent, then it means that when, again, motivation fades out, you just have to keep treading on that same lane. So you see, success really comes down to switching to the success lane and staying on it. So anytime you wake up or you are going to bed, you have to ask yourself, am I a successful person today? And if you're able to answer yes consistently to that question, then you are already successful. It's going to take the world just some time to realize it. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents that I figured I should share with you. Do you agree with what I'm saying? I really appreciate you watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.